Hey guys, and welcome back to How to Fly a Jet. So, at the beginning of this episode, we're just going to be going through all the upgrades and stuff. So yeah, Bill, take it away.
Alright, yeah, in this episode we're talking about the upgrades and also the weapons. So, we'll be teaching you how to use all the weapons that you unlock later on. But it's easy to rank up in the jet, to be honest. One of the easiest vehicles. You don't need a lot of XP. I'm on about 22 service stars or something. And you just, you'll unlock this stuff fairly soon. So, start off with the first one, upgrade. At the moment, just say no upgrade. If you go right one, you get stealth. And basically, what stealth does, this is what I would use if you haven't unlocked air radar. It's probably the best one for using if you haven't got it. Basically, it just takes longer to get locked onto. So when people are trying to lock onto you with Stinger, it won't lock onto you as quickly, which means you can get out of there. You're more likely to survive. Also, it stops you from being spotted by enemies, like other jets and stuff. So yeah, that's probably that's probably the best one to use if you haven't got air radar. It's just the most useful one. So the next one on the list is belt speed. Basically, it decreases the cooldown time of your cannon. So when you're firing and it has like a really long cooldown time, if you use belt speed it won't. But still not really the most effective because the cooldown time isn't that long anyway. I don't see a difference when I use it, to be honest. That's kind of a bit crap. Proximity scan is the next one. This is just completely pointless. Like, all it does is show the enemies on the little mini map that you get, which you're going that fast that you won't see them on there anyway. It's the shittest one on there probably. And if you don't look at your mini map for shooting infantry anyway, you just spot as you're looking at them and shoot them with the cannon. That on is just absolute crap. Okay, then the next one is air radar. This is like the main one. This is what you need on. On the air radar, jets will come up. All your friendly vehicles come up. All the enemy vehicles will come up. The only thing is, it's hard to spot infantry with. But you like I said, you don't need to know. Like you don't use your radar. You just use your HUD. I guess you don't need to know that. So yeah, air radar is a must on this. So leave air radar on. But if you go across that, you get something called maintenance, and this is just so pointless. It's absolutely shit. It just does nothing. All it does is like when your jet's repairing after you've been shot, it just makes it better. It'll just repair it faster. But yeah, it doesn't really do anything. Repairs it faster. Next one, beam scanning. It's quite an interesting one.
I haven't got that.
Okay, well basically, you lock on to enemies faster when using heat seekers or guided missiles. So, like when you use this, you're losing the advantage of so you haven't got an air radar. But if the thing is spotted and you use a guided missile, it'll lock onto it really quick. So you'll be able to get your shot off really quick. And if you use heat seekers, you'll be able to lock onto enemy jets really quick. So, probably between beam scanning and air radar. But obviously, if you don't use beam scanning, if you're using rocket pods, because that won't work. So yeah, I will leave air radar on. So go on to the gadget, the second slot. There's only 3. We've talked about these in the last episode. Flares, distract the missile. That's what I prefer. That's what I use. It's recommended. So yeah, they distract the missile I've seen before. Extinguisher puts the fire out. Wouldn't really recommend this, but it has its advantages because if you get shot by a cannon you can defend, whereas if you get shot by a cannon with flares you can't do anything. ECM jammer, it's alright, but if you're getting someone with heat seekers, eventually once your 3 seconds are up, you then have like an 8-second cooldown, so they'll get you. I don't know. I just go for flares. Another weapon. This is what this episode is about. The weapons. So you only have 3 options. I don't know whether more will come out when Endgame comes out, but for now we only have 3 options. I don't think any more will. But you can choose between heat seekers, rocket pods, and guided missile. The heat seekers I've seen before lock onto the enemies. If you fire 2 rockets, they use flares. You don't hit. If they don't, you hit. Takes it, disables it, and puts it down to 19% health. One of them takes it down to 55 though. So yeah. And then rocket pods fires 14 unguided rockets, which they're not that powerful, but because you get 14, if they all hit, you'll disable a tank. And then if it's on low health, you'll destroy it. And then the other one is the guided missile, which, yeah, it's hard to use because it goes into different camera. It doesn't do that much damage, but if you use it with beam scanning, it can be quite effective. But the one I would use would be rocket pods. So yeah, the setup needs to be air radar, flares, and rocket pods, and then spawn in the jet. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so Morgan has got rocket pods, haven't you? Okay, so basically, if you switch to them, you get 14 missiles, all unguided, and you go into first person. And as you go down, you just need to be spotting basically fucking everything. And if you go towards our base, Morgan, you will see tanks and stuff. In fact, I'm going to go into a tank. Hold on.
And then that'll be easier.
Yeah. Okay. Nearly at the tank. Hey, so now I'm in the tank. If Morgan, you go over our base and spot shitload of times, she'll see me. Yeah, you're aiming right at me. And fire the rocket pods. Hit the wrong tank.
Spotted.
Okay, so now you've got the target. You know where I am. You can then turn around and fire at me. Now I'm on 71% health. Keep aiming at the wrong one. Fucking hell. 59. I think it's 55 to get disabled. So I'm disabled. I'm on 26% health. I can barely move. Health's going down rapidly. So as I go out to repair, I try and repair, and then what you want to do is, if you're in a jet, as the person is repairing and you keep firing the rockets, you'll most likely kill the person who's repairing and blow up the tank. Morgan is not very good at this, I must say.
No. Fuck are you? Oh, I see.
Okay, so that's what it looks like if you're going to shoot the tank. I think we should show you what it's like to be on the receiving end of this.
Yeah, so if you get me there, I'll go in the tank.
Okay.
Over on my side.
Yeah, pause there, Morgan.
Okay, so now I'm in the tank. Basically, I'm just going to be doing the receiving end of what we did a minute ago, show you what it looks like and how it goes down. So I'm just going to spot Bill. Bill, can you sort of see me?
I will in a sec.
I'm zoomed in on you.
The voice things come on, but I can't actually see you. I'm spotting though.
I'll shoot this sort of
Okay, I see. So I'm going to be using a combination of the rocket pods and the cannon. So that should, that probably won't have disabled yet, but what percent health are you on?
I'm on 52.
Okay, so then I turn around before he has a chance to regain health. Still spotting.
Health's coming up now.
Completely spotted. Not going to miss a rocket. Disabled. Switch to the cannon. So you use a combination. First of all, you use your rocket pods until they've all gone, and then you just use the standard cannon and use it like that, and it should take out your target easy enough. So that's how you use the rocket pods. They're probably the most effective, as anything that's on the ground will get blown to shit. So yeah. Oh, and then whilst we've got the rocket pods out, we'll do a bit of against infantry. So Morgan, if you stay where you are, as a ground troop. Okay, so this part is pretty hard because it takes a while for them to get spotted. but
It's sort of like exactly where I
and they're
was
not on the
looking.
radar. Alright. So I fly over the base to spot, and I can't see anything yet.
I was parachuting down then.
Okay, so Morgan, if you land kind of by where you were going to.
Hostile jet, over.
Can you see me?
I will in a sec. Okay, so you just have to just spot the absolute shit out of this place. And you'll see, and it'll come up saying enemy soldier, but then you'll eventually see,
I just blew up from C4 where I am.
and then you can see the red mark, and you can fire the rocket pods, and you get the kill. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's how you take out the infantry, either using rocket pods or the cannon. They're both effective. The cannon will just, it'll take like one bullet, and they're just going to be dead. You won't get hit markers, they will just die. You get a lot of hit markers with the rocket, so... Okay, so that's
like,
how you use the rocket pods.
Yeah.
For now, we'll change on to the other weapon, the guided missile.
Yep.
So
we'll be back with you in about 20. Yep. Okay, so now I'm back in a Jeep, and Bill is somewhere, I don't actually know where. There he is. And he's got guided missile on.
Okay, so with the guided missile, I've locked onto Morgan. It changes into like a bird's eye camera kind of thing. And then you fire, and this shit should kill him in one hit. Okay, but it hasn't, it's only disabled it. So as you can see, the guided missile isn't that powerful, as it's only getting a vehicle disabled against a Jeep, which is pretty shit.
But I'm going down very rapidly.
But obviously you get the camera, so if you're, like, now I'll show you when Morgan spawns in his deployment. It zooms in a bit, and it's a lot easier to spot people with, as the red marker, when you're in the normal camera, it doesn't come up. It doesn't come up until you're pretty much in their ass. But if you use the guided missile, okay, if you use the guided missile, you can spot them pretty far away. Like, I can already see him now, and I'm pretty far. So then you switch to the normal cannon, and kill him like that, with the normal cannon. So... that's the advantages, but the guided missile doesn't do a lot of damage, and it takes the piss to lock onto people, but you can zoom in, you know you're going to hit them, unlike the rocket pods where Morgan was, like, I don't even know what the fuck he was trying to shoot out, but if you use a guided missile, you're going to get hit.
Okay,
that's the three weapons. I just recommend the rocket pods, to be honest. And Larry is in our game.
And that's basically all there is to the jet, really.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to the jet. I hope this video helped you out a lot. So, just do a quick overview on it.
Well, maybe more videos like
teach how
this.
to fly heli or whatever. But
so
overall, things to remember: third person and first person. When you're flying around normally, go into third person. When you're going for dogfight, first person. And overall, your defenses, choose which one you prefer. I recommended the flares, but it's just completely up to you which one you want to use. When you're turning, another thing, holding the brake, turn your afterburners off for a sharper turn, leave them on if you want to do a longer turn. I don't know why you'd want to do a longer turn. But just if you did, I don't know why you would, but anyway. And that's basically just it, to be honest. You can barrel roll by just, all you have to do is just hold the right analog stick left or right, and it'll just do it on its own. Landing, make sure you hold in the brake, left trigger all the way, and then if you hit the floor at low pace, you'll just land. You just will. So yeah, that is pretty much all there is to it. And apart from that, that's all I can help you with. The only other way to get better is just to practice. Just find an empty server with no one in. Like, well, there's people in our server. I don't know why there's people in our server, but there is. But you just find an empty server and just fly around and just get to know it a bit. Oh, I guess the only other thing, I guess, I don't know how long the recording's left, but okay. Right, I can tell you that. There's Conquest flying and there's Rush flying. So, on Conquest you get 2 jets, on Rush you only get 1. But the jet that you do get on Rush does a lot more damage to tanks and jets. So that's the difference. If you're going to do Rush flying, you're going to be getting a lot more kills. But you like, the Conquest is more dogfighting, and you take out the helis, you take out the jets. But on Rush, you just go for the tanks, and it's a lot harder to do, because if you're up against a proper sweaty pilot, they will just or they won't leave you alone, and you just won't get any kills. But for Rush, to start off with, the easiest way to rank up is to just go onto Conquest or Rush and just spawn kill the enemy. As newbie as it is, it's just the easiest way to rank up. Only don't do it for long. Only do it until you get like a few shit. So yeah, that is pretty much all there is to it. You'll soon realise the differences between Rush flying and Conquest flying. So try them both. Rush flying, you don't get any afterburners; they're just a lot slower, and they just feel like shit to manoeuvre. But yeah, that is all there is to it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to this channel, and yeah, enjoy. So see ya.
Yeah, see you guys.